I don't want anything too much. I don't want to do all that contour, concealer, baking, all of that. I don't know what it means. Like, I'm not interested. I just want to do my foundation and my powder and go. You've come to the right video. Today I'm going to be teaching you a very quick, simple glam that you can do in 10 minutes max. In fact, 10 minutes is too much. You can actually do it in less than 10 minutes, but 10 minutes max, and it's very easy and simple to follow. So let's get right into it. So you want to go straight into moisturizing. I'm using this from Skin 1004 to moisturize my skin. So I'm just going to do a bit on these areas. Just to keep my skin hydrated. Next, I'm going to go in with a primer. This is from V Beauty. So you want to focus the primer on your T-zone, that is the nose, into your forehead, on those areas where you would normally get oil, above upper lip, and a bit here. Now you want to go straight into your foundation. I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me foundation in the shade 342. I'm just going to apply it using a beauty blender. You could use a beauty blender or a brush, but I like to use my beauty blender to apply my foundation. I like to start from the lower part of my face and blend it into the upper part. And you literally don't need too much. Just need a few pumps and you're good to go. And it's always better when you take it step by step instead of just applying foundation all over your face and then blending it out. Just take it step by step. And always apply it on your hands first or on a palette first before you go directly onto your face. Don't apply it directly onto your face. Next, you want to go in with a concealer. You don't want to go in with anything too light. You want to go in with a concealer that is very, very close to your skin tone. 1 or 2 shades lighter. Max should be 2 shades lighter. But anything lighter than that will be too much and too hard to blend, because you want to make it very easy to blend. Then stick to applying it only on these areas. Here and your outer corner. Just like this. And you apply the rest, just a few. So leave that to sit in for like 1 to 2 minutes. Now you want to go in and blend. I'm using the same beauty blender I use for my foundation, but I'm using the pointed tip just so it gets under my eye very well. So before you blend, you want to tap into the product you've already applied to your palm or to wherever, just to get some on your beauty blender. So when you are blending out, it does not take away from the product. It actually blends it in because it already has the product on the mouth. So I'm going to start blending from the edges. And I am majorly doing this concealer just to correct any darkness or redness under your eye. I'm going in and I'm leaving this place to dry out a bit, and I'm just going to blend out here. Blend out from the edges before I go in. And I'm going to go ahead and blend it together. And you only need 1 concealer for this, guys. Just 1 is enough. You don't need more than 1 concealer. Now I'm going to go back in with my blending sponge, the part where I used to blend my foundation out, and just diffuse out these lines. Just diffuse out the lines on my face. Just the demarcation between the concealer and my foundation. I'm just going to diffuse that so it does not look very unnatural. So I'm just blending it right on any lines I see. I try to use the blender to remove them. And next, we're going to go straight into our setting powder. I'm using the Laura Mercier setting powder in translucent. So you want to go in with a light layer of powder just to set. We're not baking here, we're just setting. So I'm going back in with my beauty sponge. I like to use my beauty sponge to set because it has a little dampness on it already, and that will help the powder melt very well into my skin. So before you go in with your powder, you have to blend out any harsh lines under your eye first. blend out and make sure there are no harsh lines under your eye. Go in with your powder, just a light layer. You're not doing baking, remember we're doing setting. Dust off the excess and then lightly tap it into your under eye. So it should be looking something like this, very smooth and natural and fine. I'm going to set these areas too. Lightly, you just need a light layer of powder. You don't need too much, just very light layers. I'm going to set my forehead. I'm setting the areas where I highlighted. Then I'll set my nose. Next, you want to go in with your general face powder. I'm going in with my powder palette from V Beauty Cosmetics. But if you don't have a powder palette like this, you can use your single powder. Whatever you have is just fine. Then I'm going in with the powder brush that looks like this. Just tap into your powder shade and then gently tap. Don't drag, don't rub, gently tap it into your face. I'm also going in the same motion. I'm starting from the lower part of my face to the upper part. And I'm leaving out this under eye area where I applied my setting powder because there's no need to apply another layer of powder on it. Yeah, the reason why I said you need a palette like this is because it also has like a darker shade here. Since we're not doing any serious contouring, you just want to give your face a little more depth. And so I'll just go in with this shade of powder. This is a darker shade of powder just to give my face structure. But you can skip this step if you do not want or if you're not interested in that. But I'll just use it to powder contour just a bit. Just tap it in lightly. Yeah, so see how I just give my face that sun-kissed look. So I'll apply some here on my chin on both sides, and then I'll apply some just right here. Just take the excess, the remnant from the brush. Just do this. Now for the brows, you want to go in with a brow gel first. You can use your edge control for your hair, for your edges. Anyone you want is great. I'm going in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow gel. I'm just going to use that to lay my brows down. Just like this. Just to hold it down so it stays put. Now you want to go in with your brow pencil. I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow pencil in deep brown. Now just go in light areas. You only want to fill in the areas that are sparse, where you have no brow hairs basically. That's where you want to focus on. And you just want to do this very lightly. Do not go in heavy-handed. Just go in very lightly when you're filling it. And I mostly fill in the ends of my brows and leave out the beginning. So that's what I'm doing here. Just giving in light strokes, nothing more. Now, if you have eyebrows like mine, you can decide to leave it like this. It's perfect like this. Or if you have full eyebrows, you can decide to leave it like this and go. But for my girlies that want to conceal their brows, let me show you how to do it in a simple way. You want to take a concealer brush like this and then tap into the concealer you used on your under eye. Just a bit. You need a tiny bit. You don't need much. You need a tiny bit of it. So I'm just going to take a tiny bit of it. Nothing much. I just want to clean up my brows. I'm not going in heavy-handed. So I'm just going to majorly focus on my arc area. So you can see that I'm basically not seeing anything. So I'm just focusing it here. Majorly. That's what I'm doing. And I dragged it down. You can see that I did something, but it looks like I didn't do anything. So that's what you want to do. You don't want to use too much concealer. If not, once you start blending it, to start looking like too much work. And that's what we're trying to avoid, right? We just want a tiny bit, just like this. and I focused it only on my arc and left this other part. Then I go in with my blending brush, tap on some of the product to it, just a tiny bit, and then tap in, tap. You're not dragging, you're tapping, and that is it. It's concealed. Can you see the difference? Look at how this one looks, and look at how this one looks. I'm going to go ahead and do this other eye. Now for the eyes, you can try to leave it like this if you like, but I like to go in with my bronzer shade and my blending brush. I'll just go in with this shade and I'll just apply it all over my eyelid. That's literally all you need. Next, I'm going to go in with my lip liner. This is from Omarico Beauty in the shade Hickory. You only need lip liner and gloss. You don't need anything else. Then I'm going in with this clear gloss. This is Absolute Gloss. I'll apply from the middle. And then extend it out. Next thing we'll be going in with is our setting spray. I'm using this from Maybelline Fit Me. You want to go in with a generous amount all over the face. Then lastly, you want to go in with a mascara just to bring out your under eyelashes. I'm going in with the Maybelline mascara. And there you have it. This is all you need for a full face of 10 minutes. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel if you've not, and I'll see you guys in my next one.